Hey, there we go.
Hey, thanks, Andy.
How's it going, people?
Thanks, Christine.
All that stuff. We were just...
I thought maybe your ears weren't working.
Yeah.
Andy had us on mute on the soundboard.
Yeah, sorry.
Rewind.
Let's see that instant replay of that Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
I love that. What's the movie that you growing up that you watched like nonstop? Because I watched that with my friend Rob and Luke maybe, and Chuck.
What?
Ace Ventura.
Oh.
Like we watched that so many times growing up, like when we were 15, 16.
Yeah. For me, probably Major League.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Me and my friend Jason and Sean. Yeah.
I was told by somebody I met recently that watches this or listens to the podcast on Apple. He said we too much baseball talk.
Really?
I asked him like, any topics that you'd ever want to hear us talk about? And he's like, well,
not baseball.
Not as much baseball. He said he's a hockey fan. But
well, of course. Is it Dean Peters?
Nope. Shout out to Adrian.
Sean loved to watch Grizzly Adams.
Grizzly, that makes so much sense.
Yeah. It does.
What about you, Christine? Don't throw anybody else under the
Christine
bus.
didn't watch TV.
Oh, they didn't. Yeah.
Maybe she still doesn't. We'll wait.
Maybe yeah. I don't think they watch a ton.
Major
of TV.
League, and I feel like there's a lot of movies we used to watch a lot. But yeah,
it's kind of the middle of the winter-ish. Anything you're watching right now that's interesting? That's okay to promote watching.
I wouldn't promote this, but it's not awful. But I have been watching that Poker Face show.
Yeah.
It's fun. I mean, it's
like
murder
Columbo.
Mystery, but it's
like
not
Columbo.
that much of a mystery for the viewer. It's just kind of watching how she figures it out.
Right. I like the two ways that you see it.
Points of view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of like guest stars on it too. Like Nick Nolte and the dude from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, Tim Meadows.
Tim Meadows, yeah.
And the one I'm in the middle of, because I kind of watch it over 3 different times, depending on if I get a chance to have.
Takes you
TV.
3 sittings to watch through one episode?
Yeah, dude. By the time kids are in bed, and if Jordan and I don't have something, Jordan's not really gotten into it, so I try to watch it like if she's not there. But the one with the guy from Third Rock from the Sun, the kid. He was a kid. Now he's like not a kid, but
what was
Levitt? Is it Jay Gordon Levitt?
Gordon Joseph Levitt.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he was in Inception.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
He's actually a really good actor. You didn't see Inception?
Nah. Everyone told me I need to see it.
He says like
because of that. Everyone said you didn't see. Oh, you got to see Inception. I can't now.
Oh, you can.
Now it's gonna be another 10 years.
I'm gonna Clockwork Orange you and strap you in a chair and prop your eyes open.
No,
make you watch it.
It's fun. She's a funny character. I don't remember her in anything else, but like she's been in a lot of other movies and stuff. But she's like a producer and director of that show.
Right. Yeah.
And she's got a production company with Maya Rudolph.
Ryan. What's his name?
Yeah, Johnson.
Ryan Johnson. He's the main
producer.
creator of it. But she's working with him. But apparently she was in. This is definitely not promotable. American Pie.
I know. I saw that on, and I asked Jordan the other night, "Have you ever seen that?"
Yeah.
And I've only seen like parts of that movie. So, but she just does not look familiar at all. But I get in this show, she looks different. Her hair is different. She's a quirky character. I kind of like her character.
Well, and she was on. I was listening. You know who Dax Shepard is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He has his own podcast,
Yeah.
Armchair Psychologist, I think it's called, and.
Did we talk about this last week or previous week?
But I think we might have just talked about it in the hallway, like in passing, because we never talked to each other.
Bethany said Christine's too old to watch TV. I Love Lucy or like The Honeymooners.
Dick Van Dyke Show?
Yeah.
She was on an episode with Dax Shepard on a podcast, and she sounds like she's the character right from Poker Face.
Does she talk like that?
She talks like that's her voice.
I thought it was a character voice.
No,
See,
that is her voice.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sounds like she's been smoking for like 60 years and she's only like 40.
Yeah.
But yeah, very kind of eccentric, quirky. But yeah, it's a fun show.
It's fun. Also, Jordan and I have enjoyed that Shrinking show.
Yes.
But again, probably not one that we promote for a younger audience. But
Right. But Harrison Ford is
just
really
lots
good
of
in it.
language. Yeah.
My
It's
brother
good.
has a problem with Harrison Ford. He thinks like in his post Han Solo years up until like this, he's just like phoned it in. Like he's not even trying. Like even in the new Force Awakens, like he's like he
Yeah.
just didn't want to be there.
I couldn't tell you
I'm
what
like-
he's been in since
He hasn't been in a ton of movies.
The Fugitive. What's he been in since The Fugitive? Before the Star Wars remakes.
Well, what was the one where he was the president of the United States? Air Force
Yeah,
One.
but that was at the same time. Like, okay, Air Force One, Fugitive.
But that was all past Return of the Jedi.
yeah,
Star
but you're
Wars
still
stuff.
talking late 90s.
Yeah.
What's he been in from, say, 2000 to 2015?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Nothing. Well,
Probably.
they did
That
did
other
another-
Indiana Jones was awful. The aliens.
alien one, the
Ooh, that was
skull.
bad. They're making a new one of those.
But Harrison Ford in Shrinking is really
Not me
really
joining on my break to hear what the Holy Spirit is sharing, and I hear American Pie. Oh, nothing like Celeste. She's yeah.
Well, I think
Sorry, it was Andy's fault.
you've always come to the wrong place if you're
Yeah,
looking for.
I
that.
know. If you're looking
Just kidding,
for
Celeste, she's singing this
Yeah.
weekend.
really,
Yeah,
nice.
Celeste is singing this
Sweet.
weekend for the first time here at Northridge.
Awesome.
Super excited about that.
That's cool.
Well, we could do because we only have till 2:00.
yeah, we got a tight schedule.
So
and
we
Mike
could
couldn't
jump
join us,
into some just what's happening around here at Northridge.
so- Okay.
We just have to have some beginning banter. We just can't start diving into
And all of our beginning banter was not recorded, or there was no sound.
right. Yeah,
So-
except for
Stinks for
dumping on Harrison Ford.
Bethany and Christine and Celeste, who were
Yeah,
sitting on the edge of the seat waiting for
I'm
us
sure
to
they
say
were
something
sitting on the edge of their seat.
insightful.
So let's talk about stuff happening around here at Northridge. It's just, I mean, even in years, like for a while that I can remember, it's one of the winters that seems to be the most active and alive.
Yeah, I've been active.
There's been really good engagement on the weekends.
Yeah.
Stuff happening during the week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just feels different than in most other years. Not including, during the COVID years, that was all weird. But even before that, it just seems like this year has a different feeling to it. Why is that me or is that you too?
Yeah. No, I see that. I don't know. I feel like people are getting kind of in the groove of life again after a couple of years. As I'm looking at the snow, and we've had a lot of snow this winter, but we've had a relatively mild winter. I mean, I know you think anything under 75 is cold, but as far as Minnesota winter goes, it's been pretty mild temp-wise.
Temp-wise. Well, we've had more snow.
We've had more snow, but we've only had a few weeks of like bitter cold.
Right.
And it seems like the big snowstorms have been midweek.
2 new winter jackets for this year because of the bitter cold.
Yeah.
Like even today, I was thinking, I don't even need that.
I know.
Yeah.
We've officially reached that point where you could go out with a hoodie, even when it's like, you could look at the temp and be like, it's 18 degrees. I just need a hoodie.
That's what you were wearing outside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still need a jacket.
Really?
Yeah.
Man. I'm a California guy.
I'm a Hawaiian guy.
Yeah. No, you're not. You're a wannabe Hawaiian guy. Like I want to be in Hawaii. I want to be in Hawaii guy.
Right. I saw that
Am I sinking?
Rob Neeson,
Yes.
he's in Hawaii right now.
He told me Sunday he was going
Yep.
taking his mom. Yeah.
And then I think Don and Carrie Felix are in Hawaii, or they were in Hawaii, because I saw them
Nice.
on Facebook tag themselves at a taco place up in Waimea.
Nice.
I know.
Mexico's a lot closer. If you just wanted tacos, I mean.
But Hawaii is better. Do you see the kidnapped people that
Wow.
were kidnapped in Mexico?
A lot of Mexican friends that would be upset by that statement. And I have some that would agree with you.
Yeah. See, I'm fine.
Yes, I saw that. That's
Yeah.
horrible.
My niece is in Mexico right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Cancun or Cabo. I don't remember. And I also have another friend and his family that are in Cabo. I think they're coming back like today or tomorrow. I don't remember, but my niece is down there for spring break right now this week.
Yeah.
So that kind of unnerving to see that report on, I think it was Tuesday, that there was a report of 3 people. And then they said it was mistaken identity of human trafficker, people that they thought were human traffickers. That's why they kidnapped him. I don't know. It's like,
Sounds
it
fishy.
seems like a made up story to make an excuse for why the people were kidnapped.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just feels different. I don't know. Maybe it's the series we're in, or just we 2 parts to this big long series on Acts that, we took some time off during Christmas, but we sort of
Does it go up to Easter?
Yeah, after
Maybe
Easter
so.
we're going to be doing
Yeah.
something else.
What are we doing again?
Well, Ben just told me the other day. I don't know if I'm supposed to share, but it's
Oh.
it's on the idea and the topic of perseverance.
Okay.
So
So we'll just have to hang in there and find out later.
Yep. But we got Easter, and might as well just start with that. With
What's happening
what's
again this
happening,
year?
right?
Cool.
We got Easter's coming up. The whole season kicks off with our Easter extravaganza on April 1st. It's a Saturday, right?
Yep.
Saturday morning.
Yep.
And it's for families. It's for families and their friends, kids and their friends from school, whether they go to Northridge or not, if they believe in God or not, the church people or not. Anybody can come, and you can invite anybody to go with you to this Easter extravaganza. There's going to be some, crazy fun family time Easter extravaganza. Kids will enjoy games, prizes, mega indoor egg hunt.
Mega.
I wonder if they're going to hide stuff in our offices.
Hope not.
I hope not. And the greatest story ever told. That's our Easter.
Someone better be a good
extravaganza.
storyteller.
Are you helping out with that?
No.
You did the Christmas one, didn't you?
Yeah,
That
but
was pretty good with you and
Greatest
Jordan.
story ever told is funny. I mean, it's true, but it's like, well, you better tell it well. Or is it so good that it doesn't matter who says it and how? I think.
Doesn't matter. Like we were talking about. We were talking about discipleship at staff meeting yesterday after watching some of those conference.
Yeah, so staff and, I don't know, I was talking to Steve Willis earlier. He's been watching them at home. So some people, but the staff, we've been watching a live stream of a conference.
Leadership team.
Leadership team has been watching a live stream of the Exponential Conference.
The Converge conference down, I think it's in Orlando right now.
Yeah. Ben and Terry usually attend this one in person with our church planters. It's mostly about church planting, right? And because I know Eric Lindine's there.
Yep. Glenn Hirschberger's there.
Is he? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but we just did the live stream. Been watching. It's been good. Some good speakers.
We just did one session yesterday afternoon with the rest of our staff, and they were talking about church growth, discipleship, kind of models of, and just kind of practical approaches of how to disciple people. But when it comes to evangelism, because a lot of the excuse about people sharing Christ with other people is they don't know what to say, they don't know how to say it, they don't know answers to questions that they might get asked. When you're joking about the greatest story ever told, better be a really good storyteller.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good you can share that if what you're sharing is gold.
Yes, and I will give you an example to support your example from an example that one of the speakers this morning used.
Okay.
Do you know Albert Tate? Have you ever heard him speak?
I know who he is. I don't think
I've not heard him ever. He was really good. He's funny, but really good. But he was talking about the Samaritan woman at the well. And one of my favorite stories anyway. But the Samaritan woman at the well, sitting there in midday, Jesus comes and asks about getting a drink of water. And there's a dynamic there, right, with the Samaritan woman and a Jewish rabbi interacting. And
then Jesus asking her to draw water for him, which is weird.
And then basically he, calls her out on her life and having had many husbands and then one that you currently have
is not your
husband.
Yeah.
And and so there's some
And then she
exchange
says,
there.
"Oh, I see you must be a prophet."
Yeah.
Where's the right place to worship? She asks him.
Yeah, you do say it's in Jerusalem, and we say it's here.
Yep.
Right.
Or it's up on the mountain, or
they get in this discourse. Of course, it's Jesus, so he has all the right answers, because he is the answer.
Doesn't matter where. It's just that you worship God in spirit and in truth.
Right. Here's where it ties in. That story ties into this, what we were just talking about. I'd never really considered this before, but Albert Tate this morning mentioned it. It was like, it's one of those things that I had to stop and think about, wait, what did he just say? And then, oh my gosh, how have I never even thought? After this exchange with Jesus and the woman at the well, she goes back into town, right? No, the disciples come back up.
Right.
And do you remember with the disciples, who they had with them?
Nobody remembers that, because all they remember is the conversation with these two people.
The disciples come back up. She goes into the town and says, come meet the man that's told me everything I've ever done.
Right.
Knows everything. He knows me. Come meet this guy that knows me. And she's like, brings the whole town to meet Jesus. He said the disciples didn't bring anybody. The disciples were just there in that town. They didn't bring anybody.
I thought they went to go get food.
Yeah. He's like, they came back like they were at 7-Eleven. He's like popping snacks in their mouth and just went to get food. But his point was, here are the people that are Jesus' disciples and those who know him well and have been spending time with him and all this stuff, and didn't bring one person to meet Jesus.
They were just thinking of themselves.
Person that just met Jesus and had that excitement of knowing him and who he was, goes and gets the whole town. And he was just talking about how easy it is for us who know Jesus and get caught up in like the rhythms of Sunday after Sunday or ministry activity or events, and losing sight of that focus and that excitement and that heart for bringing people to know Jesus. So here's an opportunity in the Easter extravaganza with kids, with family, with neighbors and friends, and to invite and have them hear about Jesus and have fun too. So it'll be a fun day.
Yeah.
But also hear the greatest story of all time.
Ever told.
Ever.
It's been my experience that some of the best evangelists are new believers.
Oh, usually, yeah.
Which makes me sad, but also excited.
But it also goes to show you don't have to have all the right answers,
right.
Because I've been saying this the last couple of days. We talked about it in our small group. We talked about it yesterday after one session. I think it was before staff meeting, but it's like your story is your story. No one can deny it. It's undeniable.
Right.
If this is what has happened in your life and you're sharing that story, people can't say, that didn't happen.
You can't refute.
That didn't happen to you. Unless you're lying and they could tell you're lying.
Right.
But if you're being honest and you're sharing your story,
yeah,
that's your story. It's undeniable. You don't have to have facts and figures and all that stuff connected. There's a very powerful thing you could reply. If someone asks you a question you don't know, you could say, I don't know. But let me help you find out.
Nothing wrong with saying I don't know.
No, then they could trust you when you say you do know.
Yeah, there you go.
Andy Schultz.
All right. Why do you say my name?
Because I feel like you should say I don't know more. I'm just joking. I don't know why I said your name. But I will tell you that was told to me in seminary. I said Andy Schultz because it's someone that you know and love by the name of Erwin McManus, who said that in a class. He's like, pastors get used to saying I don't know so that people can trust you when you say you do know something. And I always come back to that, and I always forget it in the moment because I don't want people to know that I don't know something.
Yeah.
But there's a lot I don't know.
Yeah.
So tell them, I don't know, but you know what? We could find out together, or let me call someone who might know the answer to that, or might be able to help you with that. And you don't have to have all the answers. You just share what Jesus has done in your life. There we
There you
go.
go.
Too bad Celeste wasn't listening then instead of when you were talking about that horrible movie,
What horrible movie?
American Pie.
Oh. So that's kicks off
Oh, yeah, we're doing
our
news and
Easter
events.
season. That's April 1st. It's a Saturday. April 2nd is
Also, how awesome would that be if this is a huge, elaborate April Fool's joke to get people to show up and then nothing's happening?
there's nothing in the eggs. You get
Yeah.
the kids running around.
No, there's just nothing going on.
Oh, nothing
at all.
Okay. That'd be terrible.
Yeah, that'd be horrible. It's not a joke.
It's not.
It's really happening.
Sign up. You won't be disappointed at all. April 2nd is Palm Sunday,
Yeah.
and that begins Holy Week. And we have a number of services. Did Ben talk to you about Holy Week yet?
Yep, a little bit.
Thursday?
Mhm.
Did he?
Yeah. Thursday, is that a day in the week?
Did
That
he
is
talk
holy?
to you about the Last Supper service?
A little bit.
A little bit?
I don't know. I feel like you're being coy. What?
Well, did he
what
ask you
is he
about,
supposed to talk to me about?
about,
Should we do this on air?
I don't know. Did he talk to you about doing the Last Supper service?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, he did. This chair is definitely sinking. I'm sinking again. Yes.
And
he
then
did.
also baptisms?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing some baptisms. I already was doing one baptism because my daughter Riley's going to get baptized,
Right.
so that's pretty sweet.
And then we have a handful of other people. So if you are still interested in getting baptized, come talk to one of us.
Plenty of water.
Yep. We're going to do it right up on the stage.
Yeah.
And Greg will be kind of facilitating those. Thursday, we have our Last Supper service. It's around this idea of communion, the Lord's Supper, but it's really about relationships and community. And so want to invite you to that. It's 7 o'clock on that April 6th, Thursday. April 7th is Good Friday, and that'll be 2 services. They're going to be the exact same service, so come to whichever is most convenient for you, 5:30 and 7 o'clock. And we have our new addition to our team, Schoolmeisters. He's going to be doing the Good Friday service.
Yeah.
And so,
Paul Schoolmeisters.
yep.
Oh, no pressure, Paul. It's just Friday night. Just a Friday night. Getting people out to come to church on a Friday night.
Yep. April.
Oh, it's Good Friday. It's the Friday night.
Yep.
It's not just Good Friday. It's the best Friday. No pressure, Paul. And you got to do it
it's
twice.
better than Friday the 13th.
I'm sure it's fallen on Friday the 13th before.
Has it?
It had to. I mean, it's that time of year usually. Well, I guess it. What's the date for Easter this year?
Easter is
8th?
the 9th.
The 9th? Not that it matters. We don't believe anything special about Friday the 13th other than just a fun pop culture thing.
The phenomena of Good Friday the 13th is
Good
not
Friday the
on-
13th? Hey, wouldn't it be crazy if Halloween...
The last time it occurred was on 1990.
Really?
And
Seems
the
like...
next time it will occur is in 2063.
Really? Wow. 73 years, that right? Do I know how to do math? 73 years apart.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. So, what if Halloween fell on Friday the 13th on a full moon?
But it's always on the...
Ah, you got it. See, I tried to stump you. It's always... I still say Halloween should be the last Saturday of October.
Saturday or Friday?
Friday, take your pick. I say
think Friday
Saturday.
is better because then,
Whatever.
for people that do go to church on Sunday.
Yeah. I'm just saying, let's spare our poor teachers
Right.
the terror that is the day after Halloween.
Sure.
I don't know why we're talking about Halloween. Anyway, Easter.
I don't know.
Holy Week. Well, we left off
Sun-
on Friday. Good Friday
Yes, we have
service.
Good Friday, 5:30 and 7. It's April 7th.
Paul Schoolmeisters
Sunday
will be
is
speaking.
a big day. That's Easter Sunday. We have 4 services.
It's on Sunday this year.
Yeah.
Easter Sunday.
Yep,
Yeah.
Easter Sunday. We have the first service that morning is at 6:30. That's our sunrise service. It's a unique service. We're only doing one of
I
those.
love that service. Dan always does such a great job.
Yes, but you get this year we're changing it up.
Not this year.
This year, Brax is going to be doing the sunrise service.
I'm sure that's going to cause a conflict in that family. Son-in-law kicks
Taking over.
Father-in-law to the curb.
Well, he's already. I mean, he already did
Stomps
that
him.
once, taking over Dan's job as the youth pastor.
Oh yeah, but Dan was gone.
Sure,
He's
it wasn't
already
his
not
immediate
the youth-
predecessor.
Predecessor.
Yeah.
Let's just start trouble in their family.
Right.
Let's just start.
Yeah.
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 Brax and Dan, the conflict continues.
Yes. We're gonna
Just kidding.
We're gonna score each of the sermons and kind of rank them, and then
See
Just
how
kidding.
many times Brax cries.
it should be good. But we are not doing the baptisms in there like we historically had done in the last number of years. We're going to be doing them in the main Easter services in this room, 8:00. I don't know why I said it like that.
8 o'clock.
9:15
This is a fun afternoon.
and 10:45. So 3 different services for the main Easter services. They're all the same.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock,
9:15,
9:15, and 10:45. I know they're weird times, not anywhere near our normal.
Yeah.
I mean, they're 15 minutes kind of away apart, but just more people in the building. It gives more time
Between services,
services to have to manage the parking lot, the hallways, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
It's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be 75 degrees and sunny. All the snow will be melted.
2 years ago, it snowed on
I know.
Easter. Luckily, we were in our homes.
Yeah. 2020.
Yes.
3 years ago.
That was 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Holy buckets.
Yep. But the year before that, I remember it was warm and sunny. I'm just joking. We're going to have snow here until June. That's a lot of snow out there.
If it's not over by my birthday, June 7th, I'm going to...
We'll send you to Hawaii.
I'll move.
So Sunday morning, 8, 9:15, 10:45.
10:45. And you can
Those 3 are identical.
If you want to get baptized,
Yes.
you can choose any one of those 3 services. I will say the most of the people that have wanted to get baptized so far to this point have said the middle service.
Really?
Yeah. So
I was going to say 8 o'clock. If you're trying to pick which service to go to, if you don't have anything else like pressing on your schedule,
that's
get to the 8 o'clock service is usually the least crowded.
right.
And I should say the most room,
Right.
most seats to choose from. We'll have room for you no matter what. But 8 o'clock, especially being baptized, that would be good. If you want to get baptized, think of it this way: if you think 8 o'clock, that's so early. Well, last several years we've done it at the sunrise service, so that's even earlier.
Right.
But you got a shower anyway, so you might as well do it in the tub up on stage. Bring a bar of soap.
Yeah.
And, no, don't. Just, but
We could turn the bubbles on.
yeah, 8 o'clock, 9:15, or 10:45.
10:45.
And so let's say I'm a believer and I've been walking with Jesus and I've never been baptized. Andy, should I pray about this decision?
I believe you don't need to
Oh.
because I think every believer is called to get baptized.
Okay.
And so I think it's more a matter of your personal schedule, whether you can get. I mean, it'd be great if you could have friends, especially those that don't know Jesus that you are friends with, to invite them to an experience of God that we're all celebrating together, and for you to promote this is what my life is. This is what I believe, and you don't even have to say anything.
Yeah.
We're not making people do a testimony in front of people. Greg's going to ask you a couple simple questions that you should already talk through, and you will know the answers to. But it's more of a public declaration of your faith, and so it really doesn't need to be like bathed in prayer. You don't need to soak in prayer and light candles and all that. I don't know. Just kidding. I don't believe you do. That's just my thought.
So no.
No, but it's more of,
answer.
I know some people just really want to get baptized in the river or in the lake.
Yeah, no, right.
know.
I get that. Whereas my daughter really did not want to
right,
because
yeah.
it's going to be the water's too cold.
Right.
So,
But, if that's your preference, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Our thought is, especially if you've kind of waffled about it and deliberated about it for a while, and you've come to this point of, I think I want to get baptized. We should do it as soon as
do it.
possible.
Yeah.
So do not wait.
Before you change your mind.
Before you change your mind or put it off again and another 5 years goes by. If you're ready to do it, let's just do it. We would love to be a part of that and celebrate that with you. Invite your friends and family. Now, if they're not be able to get into town for Easter or if they're going somewhere else, because I get with in-laws and all that stuff, everybody trades off and all these weird things. I don't know how that works because I'm not married. I don't have kids.
In-laws and outlaws.
In-laws.
Yeah.
But if it works, you should do it. Talk to one of us, and we'd love to celebrate with you.
Yes, do it.
So that's our Easter stuff. Should be really exciting. We have the theme this year it's called Because of Jesus. Really straightforward. And Ben's going to be, and throughout all these services that week, it's going to be because of Jesus, I have freedom, or because of Jesus, I'm alive. Because of Jesus, I have hope, or whatever it is, all these things. Just think to your own life. What has Jesus changed about your life? What could you say? Because of Jesus, you fill in the blank. And a lot of the stuff that we're going to be diving into that week is going to be related to those things. So it should be really good.
It should be good. Excited.
More
that
recent,
weekend.
more closer to the boat alligators, as Ben would say. Let's shoot the alligator closest to the boat. What do we have coming up sooner?
How about the bacon gator?
The bacon gator.
Beyond the bacon alligator?
Oh, I thought you meant like pig.
No.
What if you cross a pig and an alligator?
I feel like they'd make better football. A little tougher, more durable pigskin.
Pigskin.
I don't know. I don't want to think about that. That's weird. The alligator pigs. That's otherworldly.
So we have Beyond the Bacon.
Yeah.
Greg, talk about that.
That's Saturday morning. That's this Saturday.
This
morning.
Saturday.
7:30, right here in this room.
And that's like a men's breakfast, but
beyond. We will have bacon. We will have sausage. We'll have eggs. We'll have pancakes. And we'll have a good time. We'll have other men here just to hang out and chat and connect. I always find this is like a good connecting point for men who are newer to the church. And usually I'm looking out in the atrium because it's like I could picture like little pockets and groups of guys just hanging out talking. And most weeks there's someone who's newer. And it's a good place for them to just kind of get to know somebody else. And so if you're newer to the church, it's a great opportunity.
And that's going to be in this this room.
Beyond the Bacon, we usually
room.
come in here in the worship center
Yeah.
and pick up all the chairs and put tables and chairs down in here. And Paul Jonathan is going to do some teaching on prayer and dive a little bit deeper into that, which I'm excited for. Paul is one of our men's ministry leaders. And it's always a good time. Those men's breakfasts, and this one's Beyond the Bacon. It goes an hour longer and a little bit more content as far as the teaching stuff goes. So that's this Saturday morning. Should be good.
What time?
And it's at 7:30.
Do you have to RSVP?
It's helpful if you RSVP. It's always helpful to have some numbers, but you don't have to. If you forget or you don't know how or whatever, just show up. We will have just enough bacon. And I know because I usually go through the line last, and I sometimes don't get bacon, or sometimes I get a couple pieces.
He's such a martyr.
Nope, I'm not a martyr. Just telling it how it is. Kim Kringen and I will have an unspoken war about who goes through last.
I'm surprised
he always wins because he's usually still in the kitchen.
You can beat him.
He's usually just in the kitchen, like cleaning by then, and doing other things.
He's the worst, the best worst though. He's funny. What else we got?
Extravaganza. We got Beyond the Bacon. Night of Worship coming up, March 23rd.
March 23rd. It's a Thursday night, 6:30 to Upside Down ? Who knows if we go past 8. If we don't, we might end early. We just want to kind of follow the Holy Spirit that night and just kind of be, I was listening to this podcast. It was back to the basics, really. I think even the title of the podcast was Back to the Basics, but it was this podcast called The Walk, and it's worship leader devotionals. And it was this one lady, I don't remember her name, but she was talking about worship. Music is the vehicle, but God's presence is the ultimate destination.
Oh.
And so
Good.
that's what we're going to focus on that night, is just to be in God's presence, seeking his presence, and then just to lift him up and worship him. So I'm actually getting together with somebody today to kind of hash out some more details for that.
Sweet.
So if you're listening, you're on the worship team, don't fret, because we might be...
But also do fret if you're a guitar player.
Oh, gosh.
Was that a funny music
gross.
joke? Did I do good? Did I say
No,
use the right terminology? Can you fret if you're a guitar player?
Yes.
Or you don't fret? You don't want to... You don't fret over fretting?
Don't fret. We'll get in touch with you.
Why are you trying to be all cool?
As we build that. We have limited time. We only have 14 more minutes to do this.
That's meaningless to me.
Anybody is invited to come. We're not going to do babysitting or childcare or anything. Just bring them in.
Yeah.
If you think that they would get into it, bring them on in.
Make
adults,
a joyful noise.
Kids, whoever you are.
What time does that start?
6:30.
Yeah, so little ones are probably not going to be here because bedtimes and stuff, but
Sure.
elementary
Get a
age,
babysitter.
yeah.
If you have little kids and want to be here, get a
Yeah.
babysitter. But just come just to soak in God's presence that night.
Yeah, should be good.
Yeah.
I jumped over Kairos because I was thinking that started next weekend, but it
This
starts
Friday.
this weekend, this Friday. And I think they had a few people add in over this past weekend. I know Pastor Ben talked about it a little bit.
On Sunday. Yep.
On Sunday during his message. But yeah, you could sign up for that on the events page of the website. I think, you could also go through the app. There is a fee for that one, so you do need to sign up and you do need to register for that. There's a materials fee, but that's, as it says, a wild ride through this course. It takes place over portions of the next 3 weekends,
Yep.
Friday night, a Saturday morning, and then a Sunday afternoon for 3 weekends in a row. It's a pretty thorough, deep dive into, as it states, learning more about God and missions. So you can sign up for that.
Yep. There is childcare available for that.
There is
too.
childcare available. And meals throughout that.
Which is
process.
included, and meals are
Yeah.
and materials are included in,
Yeah.
in the cost.
Food's a material, right?
Yes.
It's required. Yeah, so $125. And as Ben mentioned, if that's the only stumbling block, if you're like, oh, I want to do this so bad, but I just don't have the money, then please talk to us.
Yep.
There's help for that. But don't come talk to us if you do have the money and you could do it. And you're just like, I don't, free $125. And you'll pay it.
If you want to pay in scholarship somebody else to go, that'd be great.
Hey, that's another one.
Yeah.
Good job.
I mean, we're here to help too, but
Yep.
if God lays it on your heart, you want to send somebody else to go to this course, let us know.
Mm-hmm. Led by Matt Hutchcraft. I don't know if he knows anything about missions, but he's leading this one. So, joking, of course. Matt Hutchcraft, as Ben calls him, our missionary in residence or a resident missionary, one or the other.
Are they different?
I don't know. It's a different spelling slightly. One's before the other. Resident, whatever. Matt and his wife Jackie, who is our kids minister, were missionaries in Russia. Matt's missionary with Send. He's doing a lot of stuff downtown and stateside now, but yeah, and teaches this course. He's taught a few of them here at
This is
Northridge.
their
He's also
one,
done a
third
lot. He's
session.
doing a lot in California at some churches in California. So we can't let California beat us.
Coming from the Californian.
Yeah. Yeah, but he teaches mostly in Sacramento area, which is NorCal. That's
How
a
many
big
years
place.
do you have to live in Minnesota before you've lived in Minnesota as much as you've lived in California?
Let me answer your question with a question. How does one become Minnesotan?
I'm not saying
because I have at least 4 flannel shirts.
I was just wondering, like,
I know half of your life.
Half of your life.
I think Jordan's might be getting. No, never mind. Not Minnesota. Jordan is getting close to. Never mind. She's not getting close. She said something the other day. She's getting close to having known me for more than half of her life, but I don't think. Jordan has this tendency to like overestimate the amount or underestimate. I don't know. For example, her birthday is August 26th. On September 1st, she will start saying, "It's almost my birthday," like for the next year.
That seems like
I'm exaggerating.
Exaggeration.
But no.
Yeah.
So we've been here total of, so we were here from fall of, February 09 to fall of 2013, like 4 years, 4.5 years. And then now
you've
another
been
7.5.
here for 7. So
you're
still a quarter.
12 years, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Never mind.
It's weird to think about, though, that we've lived in Minnesota for 12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy that it's been 7.5 here.
Do you feel like it's been forever or it's flown by?
It doesn't feel like it's flown by. It doesn't feel like either one of those. It doesn't feel like it's been 7 years. But
okay.
I don't know if that even made sense. But
it just feels like it's the way it's always been.
yeah.
March 25th, we have a Missions on the Move supper.
Where's
That's
it going?
Saturday. Saturday night from 6 to 8, where they're going to be talking about past mission trips that they've been on. They went to Paraguay, Honduras, Net Lake. I can't remember. Is there any other mission trips that they've been on in the past recently that they might talk about?
Honduras, Net Lake, Paraguay.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
That's it. But then they're also going to be talking about future trips coming up, future mission opportunities. There's going to be some food. They're doing like they're sort of grieving the summertime, so they're going to have like picnic style and grilled a bunch
We
of
had
stuff.
brats last night for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It tastes like summer when you
Did
eat
you
brat. We didn't grill them.
you grill them? Oh,
No.
okay. You cast iron
Yeah.
pan?
We still have snow on our grill on the deck,
Okay.
so yeah.
Did you have that one that you got from Belchic's?
It's a smoker.
Oh, it's a smoker.
Yeah, in the garage.
I thought it was a pellet grill.
Yeah, I guess. It's a pellet grill.
Okay.
Yeah, technically, you could grill on it, but I also have the gas grill on the deck for quick things like brats and stuff. So
what did
I was just thinking about the smoker last night.
Did you boil them?
Yeah, Jordan did.
Boil the
Boiled them.
brats?
Yeah.
And then did you sear them in a pan? Or just
I don't think so.
boil
No.
them? Okay.
Uh-uh.
All right.
I'm okay. I'm not a food snob, man. They're Johnsonville, too. They had cheddar cheese in them. How about that? Johnsonville cheddar brats.
Yeah. So at Missions on the Move, they're also giving away some of the new coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Free bag of Hernandez coffee, which is the new partner that we hooked up with this last January.
Yeah. New coffee guy.
New coffee guy, and it's actually really good coffee. I'm not a coffee person, and I enjoyed it. Which I don't know if that means it's good coffee or not.
Right. It can be taken either way. I am a big coffee guy, and it's good.
So for me, as not a coffee person, it didn't have that bitterness of why I don't really like coffee. It was really easy to drink.
And I love coffee. I'm not picky about coffee.
You like the bitterness?
So either one of our testimonies could be taken either way, good or bad. But I will say this, and I will stand by this.
You've had the Hernandez coffee.
Yeah,
It's good, isn't it?
It's good, yeah. I will stand by. You will not find better coffee at a church than you find at most
here.
churches.
Yeah.
Most churches still, it's Folgers. Or
Really?
something like that. Yeah, it's gross.
Just cheap?
Yeah, cheap. Oh, yeah. Churches are cheap, man, especially with coffee.
Oh.
Steph Fuchman is looking at us.
But we had, even before all this Honduran coffee, or like when we ran out of Honduran coffee, we're doing like fancy, was it Starbucks coffee?
No, and that's good coffee too. It's a friend of Elaine Stirrups. It's someone down in like
Eileen?
Eileen. I don't know why I said Elaine. Eileen.
You thinking about
It's someone down
Seinfeld.
in. Yeah, we had to fit Seinfeld in somewhere.
Seinfeld baseball?
We haven't talked about baseball. Somewhere in Missouri or Kansas, I think. Has a friend that has a coffee roasting.
Is it Kansas
thing.
City in Missouri?
Yeah. Yeah. There's also Kansas City, Kansas.
Is there a Missouri, Kansas?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. What a bunch of weirdos.
Springfield, Bloomington.
There's Springfield in like every
state has a Springfield.
That's the
has a
Simpsons
Bloomington.
joke, right?
Yeah.
Springfield in every state.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Anytown, USA. You know what that's from?
No.
Seinfeld episode. Kramer sets up a front porch in front of his apartment and calls it Anytown, USA. Yeah. So, what were we talking about? Brats? Something else? Summertime. Missions on the move.
Missions
coffee.
on the move. Coffee.
Yeah, come find out more about missions around Northridge.
Get a free bag of coffee for you. One per family.
Coffee. Yep.
I might just go for the coffee.
Yeah.
Although I don't have any way to make it at home.
I tried to give you my coffee maker. An old Ninja coffee pot, and you called me a racist, and then so I had to go find a white person to give it to. So I found Peyton Lowenstein.
Yeah, come on down, Peyton.
Get my Ninja coffee pot. So I was going to secretly give it to you because it's a Ninja. It makes coffee very quietly.
Does it?
Yeah, it's a Ninja. It's quiet, secretly.
My brother has this cool one.
You don't know you have coffee until it's too late.
He's in a chemistry lab. It's got this like bulb, and it like drips through this filter. It's crazy looking.
It's going too far.
Is it?
Don't need all that.
Yeah.
It's just coffee, man. It's just coffee.
He's not. It doesn't. He's not even like seems to be like a coffee snob
Yeah,
either.
but well, I mean, he's a culinary guy. He's a chef, right? He's
Well, he's
get
a
it.
restaurant guy. Yeah.
yeah. I get that. That's
He's
his
taught
background.
me
That's who he is.
probably 65% of what I know about cooking. The rest has been my mom a little bit, and then YouTube a little bit. But my brother is probably the biggest influence on why I even care to cook today. So, thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
I don't know if he watches this, but
Thanks, Matt. Now I got to deal with all the pretentious stuff that Andy talks about cooking. I need 2 eggs. I don't need a dozen. I just need 2 eggs because I got to make my carbonara.
no, it's more about not wanting to go to waste. I don't want to. I don't.
Eggs because
I don't like
make
ever
this
take.
recipe, and you got.
I don't ever like taking more than I need.
Next morning, I made the perfect omelet. So the technique is, I'm like, oh, jeez.
I said that.
No, I'm just exaggerating.
Oh,
You
okay.
know?
I do know how to.
And I'm also interested, and it's admirable. I just like to make fun.
I've worked on how to make better scrambled eggs. Yeah,
How?
it's like that. It seems like the lower heat, doing it from a lower heat is better. If you want,
Seems to be generally a good rule for most things.
yeah.
Slower or lower heat. Longer.
But some of these YouTube channels, it's like you start on high, and then once you put your eggs in, you turn it down to medium, and then once they start, once most of the liquid on top is gone, you pretty much turn it to low and cook it the rest. But this way, you start on medium low the whole way. Like so, when you put your eggs in, that doesn't even sizzle, and you just slowly kind of work them.
Yeah, that's probably way better.
It gets more.
How you say? Oh yes, scrambled, souffled. It's souffle, right? Isn't that scrambled?
No,
egg?
it'd be more like what's that? The French.
I know that's the only French word I know.
Souffle. No, it has a texture of like a souffle, but that's more for like an omelet, like a French omelet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Where it's just like it's almost not done enough to me. Like I don't want it creamy. That's where the souffle.
I would say the high heat to begin with.
The problem
doesn't
is
really work because like by the time your residual heat comes down, low, like your eggs are almost done.
Well,
You
the
know what I
problem
mean?
is it burns your butter
Yeah.
or oil, whatever you're cooking with. If
Yeah.
you do it too high, that stuff gets burnt and it dries up. And even if like I don't have a fancy non-stick pan, but anyway,
I will say
people
the
are out
hi-
there probably
the-
shouting at me like, oh, what
The
are you
high
doing?"
heat thing. Okay. I recently learned a technique for
Water.
hard-boiled eggs.
Oh, okay.
That is perfect. Like you boil the water first. Like I used to always think you put the eggs in and then turn on the flame and like bring it to a boil a certain amount of time, whatever. This, you start with boiling pot of water. Then you put your eggs in. 13 minutes. Done. Ice bath for at least 5 minutes. That's basically, they stop cooking and then like you can handle them. And then, I mean, they peel. The shells just peel right off. It's awesome. But yeah, you got to start.
I don't know if I've ever made a hard-boiled egg in my entire life.
Really? We've been doing a lot of hard-boiled eggs because it's just easy and quick, and that's kind of my go-to breakfast right now. 2 hard-boiled eggs.
Okay.
Actually, and then
see, you just need 2 eggs.
Yeah.
I brought home 6 that one day. I cut the carton in half. But
good for you.
I've only used 2, and I don't know when I'm ever going to use the next 2.
Throw them at your neighbors.
I like my neighbors.
Try that trick with your dog.
Oh, yeah.
If the dog will try it.
All right, I'll try that.
Yeah.
Anything else, Greg?
That's probably it.
We got to jump.
We
You got to
talk
do
about
something.
baseball.
I got to do something.
Did you watch any of the World Baseball Classic yet? I haven't watched
not.
any.
I have
I
not.
heard Shohei Ohtani put on a good show last night,
Ohtani.
pitching and hitting,
Yeah, I'm sure.
but they were playing China. So is China really that good?
He came from China. No, he's Japanese. What? Wait, is he? What is he? He's Japanese, right?
I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about this. I don't know if I'm allowed to comment.
He's Japanese.
He's Japanese.
Yeah. All right. If you have any questions or want to talk to us about baptism, email us at office@nrf.life or greggt@nrf.life or andys@nrf.life.
ANDYS.
S. Andy's.
Like the mint, but not,
But
because
not.
that's IES.
Yeah,
it's
don't spell it like
YS.
Hopefully we'll see you this weekend. Continuing our series on mission-driven acts.
Mm-hmm.
Celeste Lunderby singing for the first time. Should be
Sweet.
good. Hope to see you this weekend. Have a great rest of
Awesome.
the week, everybody.
Yeah.
Say goodbye,
See ya.
Greg.
Goodbye, Greg.